So now that we have our optics set up, I want to go ahead and do two things. First one being I want to fix this pop in with the optic and the mesh. The next thing is I want to go ahead and set up the light slash laser. So to begin, let's quickly fix the pop in. So go to our firearm, select the mesh, and search for bounds. And basically what's happening is the bound scale or the bounds for the firearm mesh is not inside of what the actual scene capture can render in certain positions. So it's just a hair too small. So I'm setting mine to 2 for the sake of time. And as you can see, we are resolved. So moving on, let's go ahead and create a, light laser. So we're going to go to our blueprints folder, create a new actor, BP underscore light laser, and open that up. So first thing being, let's make it replicate. And second thing, we need an actual mesh. And we don't actually, have one to represent it. So we're just going to add a static mesh. And we don't want to make it the root because we have to scale this down because we're going to be using a cube. And a cube's quite large. So anyhow, what we're going to start on with is let's go ahead and add the light laser component and go ahead and make the initialization data asset. Reason being, it'll tell us kind of what we need. So if we go to data, initialize, we can make, just like all the others, a light laser initialize data asset. So DA underscore light laser init. So as we can see here, we have a spotlight, laser mesh, and laser dot. Now you can have one or the other or all. So what I mean by that is you can have a spotlight with no laser, or you can have a laser with no spotlight, or you can have a spotlight and laser. So it's really up to you. We're going to be setting it up to have all of these, and you can very easily just not have a spotlight or not have a, laser. It's really up to you. So to begin, let's go to our light laser, and we need to add those components. So we're going to add a static mesh, and this is going to be the laser mesh, like so. And then we need the laser dot. So let's make a laser dot, and now we just need the spotlight. And I'll make that a child of the root. Okay, so go to the laser mesh, search for laser, and scroll down a bit. Here we have SM underscore laser. Likewise, laser dot. Search for laser, we have SM underscore laser dot. Now, as you can see, the cube is quite big in comparison, so we're going to set the scale to like 0.01. And yeah, I'd say that's a lot more appropriate. So that's probably, I don't know, a quarter of whatever, 2.5 centimeters. I don't know. Okay. So we have that set up. Let's go ahead and with the light laser component selected, go ahead and set the data asset. Next up, we want to make the light laser settings data asset. So let's go back to data, make a new data asset and search for light laser. And here we have the light laser settings. So DA underscore light laser settings. And actually, let's name this one to light. Nah, it doesn't matter. Yeah, let's just go ahead and do underscore red because we're going to make this a red laser. So here we have the default laser material. So we want to go ahead and set that. We're not going to worry about infrared as of yet. So we want to, obviously add a laser material. So here's a laser dot and a laser master material. Let's go ahead and make some material instances so we can actually, control the color and all that stuff. So we're going to make a new folder in the root here called, let's just do laser materials. We'll make a new folder called red. And in here, we're going to make a material instance. So mi underscore laser underscore red. Then duplicate. And this will be mi underscore laser dot underscore red. Then we can open both. And we're going to set the laser dot, parent as m underscore laser dot, and the laser is going to be m underscore laser master as the, well, master. So both of these are red by default, so we don't really need to tweak anything. But anyhow, let's go back to our laser settings, and we can set the laser material to be mi underscore laser, and the laser dot to be mi underscore laser dot. Both of them being our red materials. So we can very easily make, presets for red, blue, green, whatever. So that is good to go there. Let's go back to our light laser. Set the data asset to be the light laser settings. So let's really quickly make sure Spotlight is named Spotlight, which it is. So we can close out of the data assets and just check. And so that is rotated. So let's go ahead and tweak the light or the spotlight, rotate that 90 degrees. So, it follows with the laser mesh. And then let's kind of tweak it a little bit. So search for fall off. I'm going to uncheck it. I want to greatly decrease the size of the cone. So outer cone will just do 25 and inner cone will do 15. And then for the attenuation radius, let's just do 5,000. Okay, so that'll be kind of our starting point. Now we want to actually make the attachment. So let's go to BP firearm. We can just duplicate the optic and do SKG attachment underscore light laser. The attached to socket is going to be S underscore attachment light laser. And let's just make that attachment. So if we go to our firearm, make a new socket, and we'll put it, kind of up. I'll go to the right of the handguard. And there's a problem. As you can see, it's currently being Z forward. So we want to rotate that up to where Z is up. So let's go ahead and save. Back to our firearm. And we can set the default attachment to be the light laser. Okay, we hit play. I'm actually going to remove the optic because it is sticking way in the way. So if we hit play, there's our attachment. So if we click on it, we can see, okay, we are in fact rotating, pointing in the right direction, so we know we are good to go. Now we want to be able to turn it on and off. So in our third person character, we have our event graph and our basic, inputs that we're using. Copy and paste one of them, and we're going to use B. So when we press B, we want to turn the laser and light on, and when we press it again, we want to turn it off. So what we're going to do is off pressed, we're going to just do a flip flop. And from the shooter pawn component, we want to search for light laser. And here you can see get current light laser components. So from here, we want to iterate over them. So we can do a for each loop. Let me actually move this down a bit. So we can do a for each loop. And we're going to have another one. So just like this. So when we press it first, it's going to run this one. When we press it second, it's going to run this one. So what we want to do when we first press it is turn them on. So we want to do set laser mode and set light mode. So for laser mode, we're going to do on, and light mode, we are also going to do on. Now we can copy and paste. And for the second loop, we're going to just do off for the laser and off for the light. And make sure to plug in the target. So now, when we hit B, we have the light. So that light is honestly kind of overpowering the laser by quite a bit. So we want to drop the intensity down. So intensity is at 5,000. Okay, I like how the default's 80,000. Let's just do 1,000. Okay, that is still absurdly bright. 100. Let's see. Let's do 1. Okay, why is the brightness not changing? Okay, I figured out what I was doing. So when we went ahead and disabled the squared fall off, it swapped out the intensity units to unitless, which I don't know, that was a kind of a new thing for me. I don't remember it actually doing that in the past, but anyways, switching it out for the defaults, set it to candelas, and we can bump the intensity to say 20. And now we have a flashlight. So obviously the flashlight is glowing off of the suppressor, like quite badly, but that's just due to the position. And honestly, that is something that does happen in real life, just not to this extent. But as you can see, we have the laser and the light. So if we want to do other things, like say swap the light to where it enters the strobe mode, we can do so. So, small stuff like that. Or we can just not do anything with the light at all and only have the laser. So now that we have that, what I want to do is I want to make red, or actually a green laser material, and that'll be all. So I'm going to go ahead and actually I can't copy and paste that. Make a new folder called green, and inside of green, I want to go ahead and make a copy of the red materials and just label them as green. We can open the materials on up and change the laser color to green. Okay, once we have those, we can simply go ahead and make a duplicate of our light laser settings, and instead of underscore red, just do underscore green. And here we simply swap out the materials. So here's going to be mi underscore laser green and mi underscore laser dot underscore green. So now, if we want to change it to a green laser, we just swap out to the green laser data asset. And now we have a green laser. So that is going to be all for this video. There are night vision settings and all that kind of stuff for the infrared system that will have to be gone into in a future video, but that is beyond the scope of this one. So anyhow, that is going to be all for this video, and I will see you in the next one.